All right, hi guys. This is your boy DJ Just Jay with Just Dimes ENT, and I'd like to welcome you to the show. We're here to talk about a very difficult subject here today. This is another story about abuse that happens to children. As you guys know, we advocate for children first here on this show. So what we're going to do is we're going to talk about something that might not sit well with your sensibilities. We're going to tell some things about this story that are going to be in graphic detail. It's going to hurt your sensibilities. So if you guys can't handle that, just hit that red X in the top right corner. Please don't flag the video. Please don't flag the video. All I ask you guys to do is just exit the channel if you can't handle it. For everybody else, if you're ready, here we go. There was a woman that was charged with killing her own toddler. Burned and dismembered his body. Everybody catch that. Burned and dismembered the body. What does dismemberment mean? Does everybody know what that means? And the remains were found buried in her backyard. I'm going to read that again. A woman was charged with killing her toddler and burned and dismembered the remains, and the remains were found in the backyard. This person faced the judge Tuesday to determine if she remains jail pending a trial. Her name, Nakira M. Griner, who's age 24, of Bridgeton. Nakira, Nakira M, middle name, Griner, Griner. Okay? Everybody got that? She's accused of killing, dismembering, burning her own 20-month-old baby by the name of Daniel Griner Jr. Little bitty boy. Don't let this face fool you guys. You guys are going to see their house. You guys are going to see more pictures of her. I was able to find her Facebook page, which lucky for me, it was still open. I even found her YouTube page. So we're going to take a look at that. And this doesn't look like a bad looking house. Like this doesn't look like a bad looking mother. It didn't look like she was in a bad relationship. It's just everything about this seems so weird, including this message right here. But we're going to come back to that, okay? Now, Nakira M. Griner of Bridgeton is accused of killing 23-month-old Daniel Griner Jr. and then claimed he was abducted. Now, doesn't that sound familiar? You guys know I've done at least 2 stories about women that lied and say someone hit them and stole their children when they were the ones turned out murdered their children and tried to cover it up. Y'all have heard that happen here on the Soto You Dig. You've heard that at least twice. I've reported 2 of those stories. Now, her story soon fell apart, and she admitted to striking the child because, are you ready for the reason? Because he would not eat nor listen to her. That little baby over there. I call that a baby because to me, that is a baby. That is a delicate little baby. I love 2-year-olds. I vividly remember when my daughter was 2, people call them the terrible 2s. I love the terrible 2s because now they're starting to walk. They can talk a little bit. They're learning things. They want to learn things. They're like little sponges. And I love them. And I think that I'm just drawn to children. Very, very drawn to children. Like anytime, even if I see other people's children, little 2-year-olds, I love to pick them up. I love to talk to them. I love to give them candy and stuff like that. I'm very, very fond of 2-year-olds, okay? So this story really, really hits home for me. Now, the problem with this is the fact that she got the entire city, her entire area where she lives at, got everybody enthralled in this story because she called 911 and said that someone abducted her child. So they put out an Amber Alert for this kid. They put out a missing child alert for this kid. Wasted the city's time, wasted the city's resources, and concocted this stupid ass story about somebody beat her up and stole her kid. So listen to this. She told police that the quote unquote attacker, she called 911 on the evening of February the 8th to report she had been attacked while walking to a store with Daniel in a stroller and her infant son in a carrier on her chest. In the series of calls, Griner hysterically reported being attacked and hiding from someone. That chick right there, with all that damn makeup, looked like a damn, I don't know, like a plastic doll or some stuff. But anyway, she told police that the attacker knocked her to the ground, kicked her, and then abducted Daniel. Knocked her to the ground, kicked her, and abducted one of her children. Keep in mind, I think she had both of them, but this attacker only took one. But we'll go with that, okay? Now, police found the empty stroller a few blocks from where Griner said she was attacked, authorities said. Now, after failing a polygraph test, Griner changed her story, right? Telling investigators she struck Daniel so hard that it left bruises on his face, authorities said. She also claimed he had fallen down a flight of stairs. Yeah, let's blame it on the kid, right? Yes, this chick right here, the prototypical chick that Tommy Sotomayor talks about all the time, constantly showing their ass, constantly in the camera, constantly taking pictures. Guys, what is our mantra here at this channel? What is DJ Just Jay's mantra about these women that have these children? Why do they have them? What's my hashtag? Hashtag babies for benefits. I'm telling you guys, these women do not care about these children. All they care about is the benefits that they collect from them. Hashtag not all, because it's not all women, but it is too freaking many of them that are having these children, putting them in precarious situations, murdering them, abusing them, and these children cannot defend themselves. The shit is wrong, and it absolutely has to stop, and the law needs to be put down on these mothers' neck and shoulders to let them know that they absolutely cannot be doing this, or they need to not be having children, period. Take their children, take their ovaries. Whatever you need to do, this has to stop. Let's keep telling this story. Now, she told police she left him still alive alone in the stroller because she wanted to find someone to find him and help him because no one would believe her, police said in their report. Now, after launching a large search for the child that included state police dogs, investigators discovered the burned and dismembered remains of Daniel under a shed. Under a shed at Griner's family's Woodland Drive home in the early hours of February the 9th, only a matter of days ago. Now, Griner is charged with first-degree murder. Good for them, because they definitely need to pin her on that. Also charged with endangering the welfare of a child, desecration of human remains, and tampering with evidence. Now, in her final Facebook post, because this is what we're going to put up on the screen in just a moment. You guys ready for this? While we got people in the building, do me a favor, hit that thumbs up while y'all are in here, okay? In her final Facebook post, just the day before she reported the abduction, she wrote of her husband, her so-called husband, his name, let me see if I can get his name up for you, Daniel Griner, obviously because his son's name is Daniel Griner Jr. He's a white guy. I don't see anything wrong with that, but this is one of those women that you would call swirling, right? The hashtag swirl movement. They're supposed to love these babies more than any other babies ever, right? Let me see if I can get a picture of Daniel on the screen, because I don't know if I have a picture of him up, but that's her husband. This is who she's referring to right there, okay? So here we go. She said, in love with him, that's why we have 2 beautiful children. Again, she wrote on her Facebook page, in love with him, that's why we have 2 beautiful children. In addition to posting about her kids, Griner is also an aspiring YouTuber. So let me see if I can get that Facebook post up on the screen for you so you guys can take a look at that. If I need to blow it up anymore, let me know if you guys can't see this. In love with him, that's why we have 2 beautiful children. When someone wrote, and she shared this post, do y'all love y'all baby daddy or someone else baby daddy? Do y'all love y'all baby daddy or someone else baby daddy? I think that shows the sickness that goes on in our community with us screwing around and just having children haphazardly. I think this proves it. That post right there. So let's keep cycling through these photos. Let's keep going. Now, her YouTube channel includes 8 videos total. And I'm talking about this spanned over like a long period of time. So she was not consistent on her YouTube page at all. But on her YouTube page, it features 8 videos, which she mainly talks about fashion and her appearance. On her YouTube page, she mainly talks about fashion and her appearance. Now, I took a look at some of these videos, and I'm going to tell you guys, more than fashion, guess what she was talking about? Weave. The type of weave that she has on her hair and the type of weave that she's going to have in most of these photos that you're going to see. The majority of those 8 videos spanning over a year or 2 of time was mainly talking about weave. If you don't believe me, look it up, and I'll give you guys her YouTube page if I can find it. It's under Miss Nakira Monet, MS.NAKIRAMONAE, if you guys ever want to look that up, okay? Now, in the About section, she describes herself as, quote, just a pretty girl who lives in a not so pretty world. I hate when people give themselves these self-exalted titles. I'm pretty. I'm a queen. I'm this. I'm that. Yes, thank you, Davon. It's very narcissistic. I hate that. Thank you very much. Now, the topic of videos include the best places to buy, quote, pre-loved designer handbags, and also how I lost 20 pounds without working out, and wig reviews, WIG, wig reviews. Amazing. Now, another devoted story to her, another is devoted to her story about the first and last time at a club. Now, her channel, in which she goes by the name Miss Nakira Monet, has 343 subscribers. And that's like after like a year. It'd been like up for a while. Now, Griner has remained in the Cumberland County Jail since her arrest. And guess what? A GoFundMe campaign has been set up to help the boy's father, whose name is Daniel Griner Sr., to pay for funeral expenses. Would you guys like to take a look at the GoFundMe? Yes or no? Post it in the chat. I'll pull it up for you guys if y'all want to see it. So if you guys want to see the GoFundMe, I'll pull it up on the screen for you. Right there. That's the GoFundMe. Under Daniel Griner Sr.'s name. He was asking for $10,000 to bury his son. And, you know, like I say, you know, we always debate the amount, whether the amount is, you know, worth what they're asking. But this is what was written right here. And it looks to be a nice post along with the news article right here. I'm not going to read through all of that. But they were asking for $10,000 in 11 days. 188 people have raised almost $8,600. So not too bad. It looks like they're going to reach that goal. So we'll leave that as is. But let's keep telling this story here. Now, that's from the father. The father of this little boy is a hardworking, 2-job holding RN, which is a registered nurse. So Daniel Griner's co-worker, Heather Wooten, wrote, he had 2 boys. The mother of his children killed their firstborn. I have no idea why. What I do know is that he's going to struggle with paying for things from here on out. Every little penny counts. Reach deep into your pockets, and if you can't donate, please send a prayer for this man. I used to work with him, and he nor his son deserve this. Police have said that they do not expect anyone else to be charged in this case, suggesting the father was not involved in the boy's death, which just makes this even weirder. But I will tell you guys this. I reached out to the father. We will see if he responds or not. But let me go ahead and give you guys the fair usage. And then we're going to go ahead and get up out of here after these couple of videos. Federal law allows citizens to reproduce, distribute, or exhibit portions of copyrighted motion pictures, videotapes, or video discs under certain circumstances without the authorization of the copyright holder. This is called fair use and is allowed for purposes of criticism, news reporting, teaching, and parody, which doesn't infringe of copyright under 17 U.S.C. 107. Let me say thank you to my brother Davon Strahan, who donated to the show. If you guys want to know how to do that, links are in the description box under PayPal, Cash App, Venmo, Patreon. Also to my guy, let me make sure I can say his name. Scholarboard30. I'm glad I looked. So Scholarboard30 and Davon Strahan, thank you guys. Thank you, brothers, for donating to the show. I always appreciate y'all so much. Let's go, guys. Hit that thumbs up.
A missing child case in Cumberland County is now a murder investigation with the mother of that toddler under arrest. And come tomorrow, she's scheduled to appear in court. Eyewitness News reporter Crystal Cranmore is live in Bridgeton this morning to bring us up to date on this investigation. Crystal, good morning.
Good morning, Jan. Well, less than 24 hours after that little boy was reported missing, detectives found his body right on this property. Now, friends and neighbors are honoring that little boy with this makeshift memorial, balloons, and candles. Less than a day after police started the search for 23-month-old Daniel Griner Jr., detectives would find his body outside this Bridgeton, New Jersey home. The toddler's mother, Nakira Griner, reported him missing Friday afternoon. Police charged the 24-year-old mother with first-degree murder and desecration of human remains, among other offenses. A family friend who chose not to be identified says she was devastated when she found out.
Hearing this, as soon as I seen, like it went on my Facebook, that's the first thing I saw. The first thing I saw, and I started pacing back and forth, wishing it's not true, wishing it's not true. I just don't want people to look at her as being evil, because she's not like that.
Now, this is why you guys got to pay attention to the news, because a lot of times people will overlook what she just said. I'm going to rewind it, and then I'm going to tell you exactly what she said. Now, Child Bella Amore, I got your email. I just saw your name. I just want to let you know I'm going to email you that music right after the show. Listen to this again, guys.
As soon as I seen, like it went on my Facebook, that's the first thing I saw. The first thing I saw, and I started pacing back and forth, wishing it's not true, wishing it's not true.
Listen to this part.
I just don't want people to look at her as being evil, because she's not like that.
She doesn't want people to look at her like she's evil because she's not like that. I see why she didn't go on camera, because somebody like me, and I'm glad they didn't give her name either, because somebody like me, I would have put her name and her face out there. Because I think that is absolutely ridiculous. You guys, what did this 23-month-old baby do to deserve this? The fact that we're going to take up for the mother and say that there's no excuse for any human being to do this to a child ever? No, we're going to say, we're going to defend the mother. She's not really like that. She killed the kid. She lied about the whereabouts of the kid. She got the entire city looking for this kid. She murdered this kid, dismembered this kid, burned this kid, buried this kid. Now, you tell me that's not a demonic bitch. She's a horrible person. She's a horrible human being. She does not deserve any more children. She doesn't deserve any more contact with her children. She doesn't deserve any more contact with the rest of society. And she doesn't deserve the ovaries that God gave her. That's bullcrap. And we're going to stop taking up for people that are abusing children. I hope everybody understands me clearly.
I seen, like it went on my Facebook, that's the first thing I saw. The first thing I saw, and I started pacing back and forth, wishing it's not true, wishing it's not true. I just don't want people to look at her as being evil, because she's not like that.
Neighbors were also shocked to hear why police and search dogs combed through their neighborhood.
Sad. Like, we was very shocked. I have 2 boys of my own, and I can't imagine something like that happening, or a mother doing that to her own child. very sad and disturbing.
Let's rewind that again. Another mother with kids and no man in the house.
Through their neighborhood.
Sad. Like, we was very shocked. I have 2 boys of my own, and I can't imagine.
I'm sure you can't imagine with 2 boys in a home and no man in the house. Their father ain't in the house.
Something like that happening, or a mother doing that to her own child, is very sad and disturbing at the same time.
Now, Griner is behind bars at the Cumberland County Jail. She also faces child endangerment and evidence tampering charges. She's scheduled to appear in court tomorrow. Live in Bridgeton, Crystal Cranmore, CBS 3.
Child case in Cumberland County is now a murder investigation with the mother of that toddler under arrest. And come tomorrow, she's scheduled to appear in court. Eyewitness News reporter Crystal Cranmore is live in Bridgeton this morning to bring us up to date on this investigation. Crystal, good morning.
Balloons and candles. Less than a day after police started the search for 23-month-old Daniel Griner Jr., detectives would find his body outside this Bridgeton, New Jersey home. The toddler's mother, Nakira Griner, reported him missing Friday afternoon. Police charged the 24-year-old mother with first-degree murder and desecration of human remains, among other offenses. A family friend who chose not to be identified says she was devastated when she found out.
Hearing this.
All right, that seems like that's a similar video. Let's go ahead and go to the next one.
They're learning disturbing new details about the murder of a Cumberland County toddler over the weekend. According to court documents, Nakira Griner killed.
I appreciate that. Thank you guys. Do me a favor. Y'all hit that thumbs up while you guys are here. We're basically here to advocate for children. There's a sad story, but more than anything, we can't do anything to save the little boy that's already dead. But what we're looking to do is maybe save some children and be the voice for some children that might be close to a situation like this. Maybe we're speaking to a mother. Maybe we're speaking to somebody. If you see something, say something. But we're looking in hopes to try to stop this system and realize the value of families, realize the value of children, and to be a voice for those that cannot speak for themselves. So thank you guys for the thumbs up. I appreciate that.
Told her 23-month-old son, Daniel Griner Jr., because he wouldn't eat or listen to her. The 24-year-old originally called Bridgeton police on Friday night, claiming her toddler had been abducted. But within hours, the boy's burned and dismembered remains were found under a shed in the yard of Griner's home. The mother eventually confessed to hitting the boy and letting him fall down the stairs. Griner is scheduled to be back in court on Thursday.
The crazy thing is most 2-year-olds don't listen because they don't understand. The best thing that you can do as a parent, and I'm telling you this from a counselor's perspective and a parent also, is you have to get children to respect you. How you get children to respect you? Show them the utmost respect first, and you show them love. They will turn around and reciprocate. It has to go that way. But you don't beat children, you don't hit children, you don't kick them, you don't force them. You show them, you teach them, you love them. Let's keep going.
And happening today, a hearing for the Cumberland County woman charged in the death of her young son. Police say 24-year-old Nakira Griner originally reported that her 23-month-old son, Daniel, was abducted on February 8th. Searchers from the Child Abduction Response Team and other authorities discovered the boy's remains in the yard of her home. Griner faces murder and other charges.
Now, did she burn him alive? Don't have any idea. We don't know until we start getting court records, which those should be starting to come out here pretty soon once she starts going through the trial process.
A mother accused of killing her toddler son will remain in jail until her murder trial.
Today we learned new details about the moments before and after the boy's death. During a hearing in court, NBC 10 South Jersey Bureau reporter Sydney Long brings us up to speed on today's developments.
Let me speak on what he just said. Minister said, family court says that the mother is the best person for the child. That's actually correct. More times than none, custody is going to automatically, damn near by default, go to the mother, when statistics actually show that single fathers are the better group of people to handle single parenthood, and we tend to pay more in child support and faithfully. That's a good point. That's a statistical fact. Let's keep going.
In the wake of the little boy's death, dozens have left notes, flowers, and teddy bears at a small memorial beside his home. And today, his mother, accused of his murder, was able to waive her appearance before the judge. She's accused of killing her son, 23-month-old Daniel Griner Jr., then burying his burnt remains inside a pink pocketbook beneath a shed outside her home.
I know that she is on suicide watch.
Accused killer Nakira Griner was a no-show in court, instead staying in her jail cell. Griner's attorney says the 24-year-old mother suffers from postpartum psychosis and panicked, killing the boy accidentally.
She suffered from postpartum psychosis. I'm going to tell you guys something. If we're going to get rid of the terminology, as you guys know, that it used to be a clinical term for it used to be called, I'm trying to think what it was. Damn. It was abnormal for people to be gay. You guys know this. That was a law that was changed, I believe, in the late 70s. Maybe one of you guys know what I'm talking about. Post it in the chat. This ought to be something that I feel like ought to be changed as well. Because in my opinion, if you give people a reason or an excuse to commit murder, I think they will. And as long as women have the excuse, the built-in excuse that they're going through postpartum depression, then they're going to continue to keep killing children. In my opinion, here's the solution. Then give custody to the fathers until those women are able to get their postpartum taken care of. Don't leave children in a vulnerable state under the care of somebody that is under psychosis. Can you guys agree to that? I'm going to say that again. If these mothers go through postpartum psychosis, then it is not safe for the children to be under their care. Did I say something that was wrong? Did I say something that hurt your feelings? I think that makes sense because that puts the children in a very high level of danger around that person that could potentially kill them. And we continue to watch this happen. Well, you don't hear fathers being given the excuse that, well, the father was going through postpartum psychosis. You don't hear that. The fathers aren't given that excuse. So if the fathers aren't given that excuse, if they're not going through postpartum psychosis, then give the child to the father until the mother is able to get that under control. To me, that makes sense. Let's keep going.
Where there are delusions and it's much more significant than postpartum depression.
We're talking about solutions here.
Prosecutors aren't buying it. Instead, they say surveillance video from a nearby deli and pharmacy proved Griner was pushing an empty stroller before calling 911.
Now, I like that because we're going to listen to the 911 call. I want you guys to listen to this again. They said prosecutors aren't buying her story because she lied and they have a polygraph. I like the fact that they're being hard on her. Let's listen again. Where she staged this whole damn thing and it was caught on camera.
There are delusions and it's much more significant than postpartum depression.
Prosecutors aren't buying it. Instead, they say surveillance video from a nearby deli and pharmacy proved Griner was pushing an empty stroller before calling 911.
What?
With a fabricated story that she had been attacked and her toddler kidnapped. Former high school classmates came to court
because I just wanted to see the expression on her face.
They learned the boy's remains had somehow been burned.
All of the windows in the home were open and the fans were on.
Griner admitted in this criminal complaint to striking Daniel, who fell down the stairs, saying she did it because he would not eat or listen to her.
Wow. And that's why she killed her kid. That is ridiculous.
Because no child should be harmed by their mother.
Facts.
Holding signs that read, "Rest in peace."
Now, I'm going to show y'all something. This is the last thing I'm going to show y'all before we get up out of here in just a moment. Look at this. Where is Black Lives Matter? Where is children's lives matter? Where is human lives matter? Anybody? Guys, I'm going to tell you guys, this broke my damn heart. Before we get up out of here, I'm going to tell you guys, this image broke my heart to the core to know that they had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people standing outside with signs and 2 old ex-classmates. Guys, let's put that into perspective tonight, please. Third shift. We're in here. We're in this thing. Third shift. 5 people outside. We are complaining about police brutality. We are complaining about our President Donald Trump. We are worried about Juicy Juicy. We are worried about Monique. We are worried about all of these different things. All of these things get us in an uproar. But the people that are going to be the next generation, the people that are coming up behind us, our legacy, the ones can't speak for themselves, the ones that cannot defend themselves, the ones that can't fight back, the ones that can't tell mama, no, please don't take my life. They have nothing. They are at the utmost mercy of their mother. And you mean to tell me this whole goddamn city, out of this whole entire city, while everybody was worried about that mother that lied about Jasmine Barnes in Houston, and it caused the community uproar when they thought it was nothing but white people, then they found out it was black people, and everybody just shut the hell up after that? Sean King, Phil Advise, Tariq Nasheed, all of these people shut the hell up when they found out that it was perpetrated, the violence was perpetrated by a black person. Then there was no type of rallies. There was no type of gatherings. There was no type of community come-togethers. That's bullcrap. She murdered and desecrated and burned and hid and lied about her own flesh and blood, a 23-month-old beautiful baby boy, innocent as hell. And out of that whole community, only 5 people showed up with goddamn signs. Bullcrap. That's bullcrap.
Daniel, a handful of protesters are demanding justice. Judy Williams can't stop wondering why the mother didn't call for help.
No, instead she kept making up stories and sending the police all over the city to look for a child that she had right in her backyard.
Facts.
Daniel Jr. would have turned 2 years old next month. Griner's next scheduled appearance in court will be the end of March, and if convicted, she faces life in prison without parole.
Good deal. Sounds good. Life without parole, good enough. Baby's already dead. Can't do nothing about that. This is a 911 call, guys. Listen to this. The contents of this video may be disturbing to viewers. Viewer discretion is advised. That's your warning. So no need to flag the video. We're going to get up out of here in just a moment. Let's listen to this.
Do you know where you're at right now? Can you describe what you see around you?
Yes, I was running.
Who are you running from?
Someone pushed me right here.
All right, where are you right now? What do you see around you? Do you see a house number?
I'm in bushes.
You're in where?
I'm in the bushes.
The bushes of where? Are you on Giles Street? Do you know? Are you injured? Do you need an ambulance?
My side hurts.
This is the second call right here.
Were you jumped?
I think you put me on the ground.
All right. Is your child injured too, or no?
Leave me alone in my baby. He's crying.
Okay. Your baby's injured as well?
I fell on top of him.
You fell on top of him? How old is he?
I'm holding.
Is he conscious? Okay, and you fell on his head, ma'am? Okay. Do you see the police?
I think this was the third call. It was quick.
Yes.
Okay, we're going to start an ambulance over there as well, okay?
Now keep in mind, when the police got there, they found the stroller and it was empty. This is the 911 call again. Listen one more time, and we're going to go and get up out of here.
Do you know where you're at right now? Can you describe what you see around you?
Yes, I was running.
Who are you running from?
Someone pushed me here.
All right, where are you right now? What do you see around you? Do you see a house number?
I'm in bushes.
You're in where?
I'm in the bushes.
The bushes of where? Are you on Giles Street? Do you know? Are you injured? You need an ambulance?
I ran with my side hurts.
Were you jumped?
I had to put me on the ground.
All right. Is your child injured too, or no?
Leave me alone in my baby. He's crying.
Okay. Your baby's injured as well?
I fell on top of him.
You fell on top of him? How old is he?
I'm holding.
Is he conscious? Okay, and you fell on his head, ma'am? Okay. Do you see the police?
Yes.
Okay, we're going to start an ambulance over there as well, okay?
Wow. Quite ridiculous, isn't it, guys? All I got to do is I got to say this. Yes, she had 2 kids with that with Daniel Sr., with the kid's father. So yes, she had 2 kids. Moral of the story. I think as a society and as people tend to share this story, if this is their first time seeing it, you know, hopefully you guys continue to make sure to share this video and more people can hear our message of love and respect for children. You know, I think that there's no excuse for doing something like this to a child. There is no excuse for doing this to another human being for any reason. Like I say, I don't know where the father was in this case, if he was, you know, if he was around, if he wasn't around, if they just broke up. I don't know what the situation was, but it's just absolutely no excuse for this. She didn't have any pity or remorse at all. She definitely did not. She lied, and she was very, very violent towards this 2-year-old, and that is just, there's just no excuse for that. And it's sad. And like I say, we're going to follow the story, and hopefully that justice will be served. No justice will ever bring back this little boy. Okay. But I want to thank you guys so much for listening to the story. Please continue to make sure you like, share, and subscribe to this channel. We're going to continue to keep bringing you guys stories, and we're going to start bringing some more lighthearted content to the channel. But for now, man, I think that this is a very clear depiction of, you know, people just really aren't putting their priorities where they need to be. The priorities need to be with the children. Everybody agree to that? The priorities need to be with the children. And the fact that they only had 5 people show up to protest, I think that's extremely sad. I'm going to tell you guys this real quick story before I let you guys go. My brother Bubba, where I live at, when his son died, shout out to my brother Bubba, I think it had to have been about 700 of us. Not only because we're MC, but because it was a child involved and a senseless act of whatever happened to him. About 700 to 750 of us showed up. 750 of us showed up. We take action in real life. I don't know what everybody else does, but I know on this channel, what we represent is we advocate for children first. I hope that more people will not only jump in. Once you see the story, jump in. There's still stuff that you can do. You could still make sure and go to the court dates. You can still voice your opinions, and you know, just I hope we get some answers soon. All right. This is your boy DJ Just Jay. We're signing off for Third Shift. Thank you guys so much for joining the show. We're out of here. Peace.